What is up? Welcome back to the Spook House. It's good to be back for another episode. I'm Phil, and you all know my co-host, Doug, the Pasta Goblin King that lurks in the streets of Long Island, Galliardo. What's up, man?
That was probably the best intro I've ever received, ever. And
good.
we're like best friends. Just to know, I would just to let you know, I would do the same for you if I was in the first chair.
Oh, I meant to I keep making a mental note. I'm like, let Doug kick off the next episode, and he can come up with a dumb nickname for me.
Oh boy, you know, that's a whole lot of pressure that I don't know if I want to deal with, but I'll take you up on that challenge.
Okay.
I have some.
Yeah, I'll let you do it next time.
Fuck yeah, I'm pumped for that. Oh boy, steerheading a show is pretty difficult. Just watching you do it.
There's nothing to it. Some of the behind the scenes shit where I want to just throw my laptop out a window. Sometimes that's not so fun, but doing the actual episode, not that bad. So
we could share. I could screenshot those text messages that you sent to me. But to fucking piss on my laptop. Fuck this. Been editing for 6 straight hours. My eyes are burning.
Yeah, you know, things happen whenever you're editing or whatever. But
technology
enough about
doesn't work with you. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to deal with technology.
Yeah, but I'm recording this from my massage studio where I work. This feels weird, but I have better internet here. I'm currently looking for a new place to live. Could be as soon as next week that I'm in a new place, or maybe a few weeks from now. Spook House is moving shop.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on in your life. Uprooting. A whole lot of uprooting.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing though. But wherever I get, I'm gonna get the most advanced internet connection. I'm gonna get it wired into like my temples, just like direct internet with lightning bolts shooting out of my mouth because I've had shit internet for like 6 months at the place I'm at. So
it could be like that episode of SpongeBob where Patrick kind of looks like a lighthouse and the lights are like that big stream of light is going out of his mouth. It could just be like 10 times speed optimal internet.
Well, I don't get that reference, but yeah, that's what I'm going to go for.
We're not that much older. I've watched SpongeBob.
I watched a little bit of SpongeBob, but
you got to go back to it. It's great stuff.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
Noted.
Or no, Nicktoons does have their own streaming service now because Honda Civic has a fucking streaming service now.
Do they?
Nick or Honda?
Honda.
Oh, probably.
Oh. It's just videos of like shitty dudes in lowered Civics with exhaust systems just racing down the street.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fucking alligator getting gutted half the time.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. Thanks for contributing to society. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know that you have tiny dicks. That's the stereotype. That's probably real.
Dude, my car is so loud. Awesome.
I would love to fuck my exhaust pipe, but it's just not long enough.
Well, Doug. Great start. We're really revving our engines, you know.
Hey, pun intended. Look at that.
Hey, well, you ready to rev it up on some horror news?
I'm ready to rock your world, Jerry.
What's that from?
Heavyweights.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Gerald Garner, age 12, 114 pounds, or whatever I said. Congratulations, Sims. You are the fattest boy in camp. Sorry. I was watching it last night, so it's fresh in my head.
Dude, Heavyweights is so good. I can watch that anytime. Might be the best Ben Stiller role of all time.
I'd have
Tony
to agree
Perkis.
with you
It's just Father Sky, Mother Earth, and your dear old Uncle Tony.
And that is out of there, mister!
All right, well, as much as I'd love to talk about heavyweights, we got some news topics to get to, so I got a few here. You know what? Nothing too crazy happening in the horror world. You know, not any heavy hitters, if you will, but there are some interesting topics we can touch on. I think the biggest one is the reboot or remake, whatever you want to call it, of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know what you did, not I know what you did. So
know what you did. It's all about vocal inflection.
I heard what you did. Um, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are on board with Caton Robinson directing. I couldn't find much on her filmography. She wrote Thor, Love and Thunder.
Ugh.
Hey, I
Um,
mean, I can't say I don't watch that superhero stuff. What did you think about that?
I will tell you that out of all of well, there's a whole lot of Marvel movies, but out of all the Thor movies, it was the weaker of the three. It was very goofy, very comedic, kind of just shallow. Didn't really have a whole lot of heart to it. Maybe horror is more her expertise. We'll see. It'll be kind of interesting to watch her delve into that. What she did do in Thor: Love and Thunder, Christian Bale was the main villain.
Really? They got him to do that shit?
If they give you enough money, they'll get anyone to do it.
Yeah, but he's like a respected actor. Like,
Russell Crowe was in there acting like an asshole.
well, Russell Crowe's in a new movie, a new Exorcist movie, so whatever.
Yeah, they didn't really give him any. I feel like he's just at this point in his career where he's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to have fun. He's at like the Jack Nicholson point of his career, possibly. Where he's doing like the bucket list with Morgan Freeman.
Do you remember the South Park? It's like, I'm Russell Crowe, and this is Fighting Around the World. Which is Russell Crowe beating the shit out of people in different countries.
Yeah.
This is like back when he would get in a lot of fights. Be like, come on, Tugger.
Tugga. Yeah, that was solid. South Park, still relevant to this day.
Oh, yeah. He'd be like, oi, what are you looking at? I'm Russell Crowe. You want to fight?
I'm going to fight Jesus today, you son of a bitch, you wanker. I pulled that halo off your head, you fucker.
Yeah, but that, the Pope's Exorcism, I think that's what it's called. I sent you the trailer the other day, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen this movie 100 times.
It should
It's
be
like,
called
ooh.
Generic the Movie, which we discussed the other day,
Yeah.
and Russell Crowe's terrible accent.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. He's doing like I don't know, very strange accent. It just looks generic as shit. Like, ooh, a Catholic priest was called to investigate an exorcism, and somebody's possessed by the devil. It's certainly not mental illness, and not
Yeah,
actual possession by the devil.
I think
no
you
way.
texted me, is Russell Crowe Mexican in this movie?
Yeah.
Is usually a role reserved for Rob Schneider, and that would have been a more interesting movie. Rob Schneider's the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, hard pass on that.
Hard pass on all of it.
Yeah, how'd we get on Russell Crowe? Thor, Caton Robinson. I know
Yeah.
what you did last summer. So, what do you think about this news? Personally, I say, why not? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, does anybody really like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? The sequel, I guess it was passable for its time, but certainly not a good movie, and nothing else has happened since then. So, sure, I could see like something new happening with this, kind of revitalize it a bit. I think there's something there.
Well, they did come out with that Amazon series.
Oh yeah.
I Know What You Did Last... Wasn't that I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it ran for like 2 seasons, and then they canceled it, if I'm not mistaken?
That sounds about right. I literally forgot that show existed, much like the Scream series.
Yeah, again, just something that didn't... I mean, there are fans of the Scream series, and I knew a lot of people that liked I Know What You Did Last Summer. The series, I just didn't see it. It's again like the Child's Play TV series. Like, it was already a movie. You're just dragging out the first movie into a series and kind of adding stuff along. Which really, if you want to expand on the lore, that's fine. But it's just, I'm just tired. I just have fatigue of seeing something that was already done
Yeah.
and continuing it or expanding on it. Like, leave the stuff in the past. Let's make some new films. Let's make some new slashers. Because we don't really have a lot of brand new slashers. It's all just franchises that are picking up where they left off 40 years later or getting a whole makeover. And granted, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, it did basically just get a makeover with the series. And yeah, it has the original cast. Does that do anything for you?
Kinda.
Does it
I
move
mean,
the
I think
needle?
it moves the needle a little bit. Sure. Does it move the needle? Um, but yeah, sure. I mean, I haven't seen Jennifer Love Hewitt in anything horror related in like forever. Um, what's
I
Freddie
don't think she.
Prinze been up to?
He was in that movie Trivia Schmodown show that I told you about on YouTube, like 5 years ago. Other than that,
I think he's
I'm not really
still
sure.
married to Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah. Well, can't bring her back, huh?
Now, if they do like a Buffy kind of reboot thing, that would be something else. I think that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I bet they're regretting killing her off, but um, sure. I'm actually intrigued to see it. I mean, the writer, at least her credits so far, don't inspire much confidence. But hey, maybe she'll bring in Russell Crowe.
Sometimes,
He'll fight the fisherman. Hey, what are you looking at?
he played Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder, so he had an even crazier accent,
Oh, cool.
and he was very golden.
Very
Uh,
what?
his aura was just like gold. It literally looked like they just painted like him gold. Like his
Uh,
aura was just gold and annoying. Uh, yeah, I'm always looking to see what a female director can do because I loved Fear Street and I feel like a lot of up and coming male and female directors get kind of shafted. But if she has a vision, maybe she'll fucking knock it out of the park, Donnie
knock
Donowitz
it,
style. Let's see.
knock it out the park. Yo, my brother's wicked smart.
Oh,
All
God.
right.
Mark Wahlberg. I don't know if you watched the SAG Awards, but Mark Wahlberg presented the last couple awards. He did
Really?
not want to be there.
Why do you say that?
He was getting names wrong. He had no energy. He was like, "And now we're gonna present to you the best film. Women are talking. Wait, no, I have to read them all. Oh, wait." It was just really, really
Uh,
weird and awkward.
huh. All right, that's Mark Wahlberg for you.
There were no plans for him to talk to.
Dude, we have to do like a happening watch along sometime.
Oh,
Maybe
I'll
for
do
this
that tonight.
once we finally reboot the Patreon and like get some stuff going up there. But I love that movie, not because it's a good movie. Like it transcends being bad into like one of my favorite comedies, you know.
It's kind of like kind of reminiscent of the atmosphere of like The Room.
Oh,
It's like the
sure.
modern day
Yeah.
Room.
Yeah.
The Room.
But
Sorry.
God
Is it
bless
Room
that
or The
movie.
Room?
The Room. Yeah. All right, next news topic. This isn't really a topic as much as just something that happened. The new Children of the Corn movie came out.
It's actually in theaters this
Uh,
weekend.
really?
Yeah, it's actually playing a couple towns over here. Only has 2 showtimes. Can't imagine it's going to pull a Terrifier 2 and
Oh
garner
no.
enough demand that it's going to be in theaters next weekend. This might be the only time you can catch it in theaters.
Look, I have rarely turned off a trailer halfway through, like a 2 minute trailer, but I tapped out on that one. I was like, no, I'm not. This looks so bad. I don't give a shit.
Another reboot, another generic reboot with no emotional stakes. It just feels. I feel like the way horror movies are directed nowadays, it just feels so hollow and there's nothing there. There's no depth in the frame. And this trailer, just judging from the trailer, everything was just flat and dark
Yeah.
and just dull looking. Fucking dull.
Yeah. I
We don't need
Don't-
it.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the 11th entry in the series. Have you even seen any of them past the first one?
nothing past the third one, which I actually liked when I was younger. It came out in '95, and I think it has, I want to say Charlize Theron is in that.
She must have been really young in 1995.
Yeah, but that one wasn't too bad. I don't know. I saw it when I was like 5. It might be a piece of shit.
You might want to you might want to rewatch it.
But
Isn't
I
it the
just
Revelation or something like Children of the Corn? Revelation. I feel like that might be a title.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like Isaac something.
Oh, the return or revenge of Isaac, or how about Children of the Corn? Let's stop this. Enough.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not really a fan of the first one. I think
I'm with you.
it is tedious to watch. Holy
Very
shit.
boring. The only memorable part about that movie is the beginning diner scene, and then there's just nothing happening afterwards.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, let's walk around the town. Let's walk to this empty building. Oh, let's walk to this one. Let's do some more walking." It's like, "Wow, this is rough."
When's the last time you watched it?
Like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, same. I watched it Thanksgiving 2020. And I remember that because I had a nice like Thanksgiving belly going, unbuttoned my pants, and I thought to myself, I was like, let's watch Children of the Corn because I remember like really liking it.
Just letting that gut breathe.
Oh yeah, the fucking my happy trail, I guess that's what you still call it.
Got one hand down the front of the boxers, just ready to watch some TV.
Just fondling my balls a little bit while watching Children of the Corn. Nothing
Hey,
wrong with that. Nothing sexual. It's just it's like a fidget spinner. You just need to bounce them a couple times throughout the day. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, it
totally.
wasn't that great.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan. That is Stephen King, right?
Yeah, Stephen King, based on
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Hey, you know what
No
Stephen
doubt.
King movie I had never seen, but I watched the other night and kind of enjoyed it was Cat's Eye,
Never saw it.
the anthology. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
not amazing or anything, and some of the stories are better than others, but it was a fun watch.
We could do it would
So,
be fun, like a Stephen King ranking video.
ooh,
'Cause there's a lot of movies based on Stephen King's novels. Thinner is one of my favorites. I know we share the same love for Thinner, right?
think it's okay. The fat suit does definitely not hold up. It looks
The,
so bad.
the gypsy women, though, the makeup
Yeah.
effects on the gypsy women are pretty disgusting and awesome.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd have to rewatch that one, but Cat's Eye was pretty good. And you know what Stephen King movie you have to watch, or I'm gonna like hold you at gunpoint and force you to, is Pet Cemetery. How the fuck have you not watched Pet Cemetery?
I seriously don't know. It is Holly's one of Holly's favorite movies, and she keeps telling me to watch it, and you keep telling me to watch it, and everyone else has been telling me to watch it. Just
There's
haven't
a
gotten
reason.
around to it.
Yeah. Well, watch it tonight. It's great. I rewatched it last week and still holds up. Still has some legit creepy moments, but I love that movie.
Who directed that movie?
Oh man, I don't know.
Do you know?
I do not.
I feel like with such a big property, like at least it was directed by someone who's like known and has done some interesting stuff. Because there's a lot of directors who took on Stephen King and they went on to do pretty solid stuff.
Yeah. I'll find out real quick. But yeah, Pet Cemetery. I mean, not Pet Cemetery. Children of the Corn. That happened. Cool.
Or is happening currently right now.
Yeah.
It'll probably be on demand in like a week for free, and probably won't be worth it to watch. But if it's on for free, I'll definitely check it out just to give it a glimpse. And I hate
Oh,
watching stuff.
Mary Lambert. That's right. She directed the sequel as well, which also isn't that bad. It has Clancy Brown in it, and
Clancy Brown is a legendary person.
one of the like he goes hard in that movie. Like he's full. He just lost it.
He Gary
And
Busey'd it up.
yeah, have you seen that?
Pet Cemetery 2?
Yeah.
No.
Oh shit, you gotta do like a double feature.
I've only seen the remake of Pet Cemetery.
Oof. Yeah, I almost fell asleep in the theater watching the remake.
I saw that movie at 8 a.m. No, 9 a.m. actually, because I saw it before work. And I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty decent, but yeah, I could recognize that the original is probably light years better than the
Wow,
remake.
you know what else? She directed in 2011 Mega Python versus Gatoroid.
Hey, one of the classics.
All right. That's
Her
kind of a
career took a
fall from
tumble.
grace.
Yeah, holy shit.
Damn,
She lost her vision, apparently.
man. Maybe she should bury her career in the pet cemetery and it might come back.
Hey,
Hey,
sometimes dead is better, though.
sometimes that is better. You don't want to go down that road. Oh, right.
Break out the wig.
Welcome to Derry has been officially ordered at HBO Max.
Now, this I'm
So,
excited for. I'm
are you?
actually pumped up about this.
And Andy, how do you say his last name?
Muschietti?
Yeah,
Andy,
Muschietti.
my machete.
He is gonna be directing like at least 4 episodes of it, so he's involved. I couldn't find any official word if Bill Skarsgård is going to be in it, but I would assume that he
That's what
is.
people have been, yeah. That's what people
This
have
is
been
like
talking about.
a prequel, and it's gonna kind of explore more of the town of Derry. Um, so personally, I'm not a big fan of the two It movies. Well, I never watched the second one. It's because I thought the first one was just very much like, it's fine.
I
Everybody
actually
chill
prefer the
out.
second one rather than the first one. I feel like they go harder with the adults, and there's a lot more Pennywise in there. If that's, it seemed like, I mean, again, with these like these horror franchises, the main villain isn't like the lead character, kind of pops in and out. But the second one
Yeah.
gives you a lot more Pennywise, and Bill Skarsgård is just too good to like waste away. Uh, that's why I liked it better. But in the first one, they had like that when Beverly's in the apartment. Might have been I don't remember if it was the first one or second one, where she's in the apartment and you see that old picture of like
Hmm.
Bill Skarsgård of like Derry, like 19010, 1910
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
was all over the trailers. I remember that.
Yeah, so like that would be cool to like see Pennywise, like his life before, like what happened as to why he's all of a sudden this supernatural being. I think it'll be cool and pretty dark. It's HBO. HBO really doesn't miss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see it. I, from the sound of it, it's intrigues me more than the movies did.
Yeah, I mean, with again the type of storytelling that you could do in series, so much richer than in movies. But I will tell you who I don't have faith in: Andy
Who's that?
Muschietti.
Oh yeah, what else did he do?
He did that movie Mama in 2008. I
Never
just don't
saw
like
that.
his style. He relies heavily on CGI, way too
Mm,
heavily on CGI, and not practical effects. And the practical effects in it look horrible. When that painting comes to life, I was like,
yeah.
what? It literally looks like like MS Paint, like
Yeah,
coming at
now
you. It's
that you
not that
mention
great.
it, there was a lot of CGI, and I just wasn't crazy about the look of Pennywise. Something about it I was just never crazy about. Um, I mean, his performance was great, but it just felt like a haunted ride at
Yeah,
Disneyland. It was
it's
like,
like new metal Pennywise. It's like we're gonna make him so edgy, put some sharp edges on him, and it's like, no, it's not that edgy. It's not that cool. The creepy thing about Tim Curry's Pennywise, he looked like a fucking real clown
yeah,
with some sharp ass fangs.
I fail to see what's new metal about it, but I get what you're saying.
I
Like,
guess edgy, maybe not new metal.
I didn't
I
see
could
him.
picture him listening to some David Draymond in his Discman. He has the Down with the
Yeah,
Sickness album.
yeah. I mean, I didn't see a chain wallet on him, so that would be cool
He
though.
instead of a bunch of towels, he pulls out a bunch of chain wallets.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Right? That would be sick. Not gonna lie, pretty cool.
And he'll get defeated by like his chain wallet getting caught in a rotor of some sort, and it'll like drag him in and chop him to pieces or something.
Well, it could be that and the Discman wire that's like way too long and just kind of
Oh
he
yeah.
hangs from like the rafters in like a underground 9 Inch Nails club.
Oh shit, we could come up with these forever, but we won't. Um, all right, so
And it could be called parentheses SHIT. So Shit.
Shit. All right.
Sorry, I had to get that.
Very, very clever. All right. The marketing campaign for the new Scream movie is they just won't stop.
Talk about dead in the water, but people love it. So
What?
the
Okay, let's watch our words. People are very hyped for the new Scream, and so am I. You know, I always love when a new Scream movie's coming out. I hope it's better than the last one. But there is a website where you can enter your phone number and the name of the person you want it to call, and Ghostface will call you from New York, New York, with a personalized message. And I sent one to Doug earlier.
Yep. I don't know if-
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
I thought you were going to continue because I don't want to spoil it if we're going to call it on the air, quote unquote.
Oh yeah. I guess we can do that.
Because my experience was not great, and now I'm scared. I covered my windows with black tape. I'm afraid Ghostface is going to come over and eat my asshole. Because apparently the new Ghostface is not like any other Ghostface.
He's like, I eat ass on the first date.
It's like, oh, you think I wear condoms? Think again, bitch. Ghostface is going to get you pregnant. Ghostface. I keep saying Ghostface. What the fuck?
All right, here we go. I got it pulled up. I'm going to make the phone call right now.
Put that bad boy on speaker, baby.
Unknown caller.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's working.
Oh, I've been busy. I'm dead tired. I'm traveling to the Big Apple, seeing the sights and visiting old friends.
All right, well,
Pretty much
thanks to my boomer ass, I just I just ruined that.
How do you put
Like,
this thing on speaker?
how do you-
goddammit?
Like hitting it with one finger. It's like three feet away from my face. I'm like, where's speakerphone?
Yeah, the people who have the .50 font on their phone, I'm like, wow, you have astigmatism.
Yeah, I think my Facebook wall is a search engine.
How do you ask Jeeves on this thing?
Well, there you go. If you want to prank a friend and possibly run up your phone bill, I hope I don't get charged
Yeah.
for that.
If you want to waste your time with that, feel free.
Yeah, and please don't sell my data to somebody. That would be cool. Because I already get enough spam calls.
I think you'll be fine. No one has the time to make phone calls.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I kind of ruined the bit, but whatever. Hey, did you ever get one of those popcorn buckets?
You got one for me.
I did. I gotta send it to you. I keep forgetting.
We don't have a Cinemark around here.
Oh, that's
Cinemarks
right.
aren't located like on Long Island. They're in the city. But I am grateful that you got me one.
Of course.
Because I would
Yeah.
definitely like to display it somewhere.
Yeah, remind me to send it to you. And oh, hey, we're gonna do like a giveaway for one of these things because I bought like 3 or 4 while I was there. Now this was before that, like when I got home later that afternoon, everybody was like, people are buying these up and selling them on eBay, these fucking assholes. Like, I didn't know that at the time, so I was like, well, I'll get one for Doug, maybe do a giveaway, and I'll get one more just to maybe give to somebody else. I bought like 4 of them, so I'm gonna do a giveaway for a popcorn bucket. I know you can pre-order them, and those ship in like August, so
Yeah, it
If
is
you
a cool
want
kind of
one-
promotion thing.
yeah, so if you want one before the movie, I don't know, I'll figure out the details on that. We'll do like a live hangout or something.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time, and it's always nice to give back.
You know, you can put popcorn in it, but I've been thinking like, what could I put in here? Like you could put,
Spookhouse podcast stickers.
hey, you could do that. You could put your wet wipes in it. Keep it
Ooh.
on the back of your toilet.
Good idea. That is very inventive. Just spice up the wet wipes a little bit. You can grab it out of
Yeah.
Ghostface asshole.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could put anything you want in there. Doesn't have to be popcorn. I'm not a big fan of popcorn.
No, I'm not a big snack guy at movies. I feel like we talked about this before. I like bringing like
Yeah.
Italian hoagies in there. Like when me and my friend Steve and his girlfriend went to go see My Bloody Valentine on Valentine's Day. I was third wheeling it, and they had a Blimpies next door to the Regal, and I was like, shit, I haven't had Blimpies in forever. And I rocked an Italian sub.
Like a true degenerate.
It smelled. The whole theater smelled like onions and pepperoni. Yeah. They didn't really seem to mind.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of popcorn. After like a few handfuls of it, I'm like, ugh, all right, good.
Yeah, the kernels get stuck in your teeth. It's kind of just tedious to eat. It's not like, a couple handfuls, you're like, that's it. That's like the capacity that my body can handle. Bunch of Crunch is one of my faves.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah, we're now sponsored by Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah. Yeah, please sponsor us. Somebody. Anybody. Blue Chew. Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah, we'll take some Blue Chew.
Satva air mattress. Air mattress.
Well, maybe they have it. You're still thinking about that air mattress over here.
I kind of miss it. It was really nice. I mean,
my dad probably won't let me send it to you.
Nah, you need to hang on to that thing. All right. So Scream just come out already. Like, stop doing making Scrabble puzzles and Twister and Yahtzee.
Kind of have nothing to do with New York, really. Not really sure what Scrabble has to do with it, but the Subway thing was...
Oh, they didn't actually do Scrabble. I was just talking shit.
Didn't they do something? They did Guess Who.
That's right. It was Guess Who, and they'd had like crossword puzzles. It's like, just put out the fucking movie.
I mean, I feel like they're shoving it in people's faces so much. I mean, it's going to do well at the box office. It's going to sell tickets.
I had my tickets. I had the option. I had the option to watch it a night early in 3D, but I don't want to watch it in 3D.
That's why. So I was going to see it Thursday, but they only have one showing and it's 3D. So I might have to wait until Monday, until after, because that weekend's Monster Mania. So I won't be available to go to a movie theater. So I'm really going to have to stay off of social media because people really don't know how to not spoil things. So I'm going to have to watch it on Monday.
Well, I will not tell you a thing. I'll tell you what I think about it, but...
Yeah, you can text me in the theater like you did with Halloween Ends and be like,
no.
Wow.
No, it can't be that bad. Look, I actually am stoked for it. I mean, the trailers look good. Jenna Ortega, can't miss. I'll refrain from talking about anything else, but hey, I'm optimistic. I'm excited. I got my tickets. So, yeah.
I do like Ghostface with the shoddy. That does look kind of cool.
I still don't think that's Ghostface. That's got to be like some robbery. I mean,
I don't know. I really hope they do something unique. Because obviously they're going to continue the franchise. I really hope it's because it has a lot of potential. If Jenna Ortega is attached to this movie, it can be reinvigorated. It can go places.
Yeah, just give her better lines, you know.
Well, that would need to come from the screenwriters. The portion of their work would have to be sharpened up on their end, pun intended.
Yeah, hopefully not. I still prefer the Babadook. Like, oh, all right.
That was
all right. So let's move it along. Got a couple more topics, and then we're gonna get to some listener questions. All right, Dead by Daylight, the video game, is getting a film adaptation by Blumhouse and ya boy James Middle Lane Wan.
And yeah, Jason doesn't have an original thought in his head. Blum also. What do you think about it?
Well,
do you think it has slasher potential?
I'll be honest, I don't know much about Dead by Daylight. I know it's a huge horror game. Like, I heard somebody say recently, like, oh, Freddy Krueger. Yeah, I only know him from Dead by Daylight. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should.
Interesting.
Because there's like different horror villains in it. So
yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about it. video game adaptations historically haven't had a good track record.
Not with The Last of Us anymore. Last of Us broke the fucking curse.
Oh yeah, that's right. I still need to watch that.
If you want to cry every Sunday, you should watch it. It's really emotional and really good, and the acting is just like out of this world. If Dead by Daylight is taken seriously, and not just as like a throwaway like slasher, it has some substance. It could be something. Because I'm like you, I don't really know anything about the plot. All I know is that they have like Ghostface in there. They have Freddy Krueger, Jason. But is there any story to it? Or are they just going to take the name and build it out beyond the name?
I don't think they'll be able to use those characters. I don't know. I've already revealed that I'm a clueless boomer earlier with the phone call. So, like, I don't want to speak out of line here and say, I think those might be, like, customizable characters.
Yeah, I feel like, kind of like in Mortal Kombat when you could play as Hellraiser or something.
Sure. Yeah, somebody's, like, screaming at their speaker right now. You
that.
fucking noob.
Someone comment and tell us how much we suck and tell us about Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, so I guess that's all we can say about it. We don't know shit. We'll see what happens. But
if it's under the Blumhouse umbrella, I just see it being a generic paint by numbers slasher and very like forced dialogue, and just it could be a fun movie. You know, maybe people will enjoy it. They'll probably make it for a low budget because that's what they do with these slashers.
No, it'll have a big production. I mean, it's James Wan, Blumhouse.
But they make movies for like all of their movies make a return in the box office because they're made for not that much money, which is great.
Not all of them. I mean, the Halloweens and a bunch of others had like big budgets. I mean, they make some
like the franchise ones. Like
Blumhouse makes some good movies, and they make a lot of shit movies, like most companies.
Whole lot of shit. I think the balance is leaning more towards shit.
Well, speaking of shit, Blumhouse, The Exorcist, comes out October 13th of this year. There's been like some casting updates, so nothing too substantial. You could literally take the Pope's Exorcist trailer with Russell Crowe and just slap this on it, like slap The Exorcist, and it's like, oh, that's what that is.
That's what I thought you sent me. I thought it was like a new Exorcist trailer for the reboot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of possession movies, I've realized. There have been some. The Taking of Deborah Logan was pretty cool. Did you see that?
It's hard to put a new spin on something that's so overdone.
Yeah, that's what I liked about that, because it started out as like, oh, this old lady has Alzheimer's, so we're going to document her journey. And they thought she had Alzheimer's, but it turns out she was like possessed. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it adds a whole new element because she still could have dementia. That could be argued. I haven't seen it yet. So you told me to watch it. I think I might do that tonight.
Yeah, as far as found footage, it's one of the better ones.
Everyone talks that movie up a lot.
I mean, it still does one of my pet peeves with like found footage movies. Anytime something like the camera moves fast, it has to glitch out. It's like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, we're not in we don't have the JVC camera anymore where it just dies all of a sudden. It's like, no. You could. It's being charged up. You got to plug on a charger.
Oh, or my favorite, it's like when it'll glitch out and go back to a memory that was filmed before, and then it'll cut back to what's happening. It's like, that definitely doesn't happen.
Well, if you want to go that route, you might as well not even do found footage at that point.
Yeah, that's true. But I like there are found footage movies I like.
I feel like Cloverfield open and shut the book on that with their marketing campaign.
They didn't shut it.
I'm trying to think what else came after that. That's like.
Nor did they open it.
They didn't open it. No, I don't know why I said it that way. Blair Witch opened it.
Yeah, well, even before that, the last broadcast, I believe, or the Legend of Boggy Creek. I think that was found footage.
Ah,
But yeah, Blair Witch OG. That's the one that blew the doors open. And I still love that movie. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I appreciate what it did for the horror genre, but I am totally not a fan. I'm not on board.
Hey, that's okay.
Cloverfield though, totally expanded on it. The scale of that movie is just insane.
Well, The Exorcist. Why not? We'll see what happens.
Why should be more like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are big. I just don't know why you would option to do The Exorcist or continue it.
Well, it's your boy David Gordon Green.
You don't need to. Those are big shoes to fill, man. Here's the deal, man. Those are big shoes to fill. And he doesn't have the feet to fill them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have very much faith in it after how the Halloween series went. But that just about does it for our news, Douglas.
Yeah, they're still giving him the keys to the Lamborghini. We will both go see it, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll go see it. All right. So we got some listener questions. Are you ready to answer some?
Let's fucking go, baby.
All right. Oz the Great and Powerful wants to know Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12 or Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10?
Ooh.
I don't recall these. So, like, I'm a fan of wrestling, but
Those are the most epic matches.
I can't just recall old matches. Maybe I should go back and watch some of these.
Those
But-
you definitely should. Those are classic. One of them's a ladder match. I forgot which one.
I want to say
Might be the Razor Ramon one.
I think so.
I personally like Razor Ramon more than Bret Hart, and I love that entrance of both of them. I actually watch it like frequently, and it's just like that. It's the heyday of the World Wrestling Federation. The ring was colorful. The entrances were great. Big bombastic moves were happening, and it was just over the top fun. I would say the Razor Ramon match and Shawn Michaels was my favorite.
All right,
I
I'll have to go back and watch that. Dude, when I was growing up, I thought Bret Hart was the coolest dude I had ever seen. He had a leather jacket, the shades,
Yeah.
the theme song, bam, 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 I was
And the
like,
pink
yes!
spandex, the pink and black
Oh.
spandex, were
With the little
was
skulls
like
on them.
the pinnacle of fashion.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I was a big Bret Hart fan, and my favorite match of his. Maybe it's because I just had this VHS and I watched it all the time. But
I know what you're
his
gonna say.
match, what?
say it.
His match against Mr. Perfect.
Never mind.
That's SummerSlam '92.
I
think
don't
it was.
remember that match.
It's either '91 or '92, but I used to watch that all the time.
I thought
Damn,
you
I
were
need-
going to say Stone Cold versus Bret Hart.
Oh, remember when Owen Hart almost killed Stone Cold?
Yeah, with that fucking pile driver.
Did they ban pile drivers after then?
I don't think so. I think people were still pile driving, but you need to.
I don't know. I
there
mean,
needs to be
you
some
saw
serious-
like tombstone pile drivers because they can make that one a little more safe, like with the knees. But
Yeah, you kind of inch the head up a little bit and doesn't.
right, but
completely
actual
crack
pile
the stuff.
drivers. I feel
Maybe
like
you are
didn't-
right. Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
have to look that up. That move is fucking dangerous.
yeah, it is. Like, yeah, let's drop you directly on your neck.
And there's no way to cushion it. You're going.
Yeah.
Once you're up in the air and you can't. It's hard in that position. It's hard to lift when you're sitting down. It's hard to lift someone back up. You really have to
Yeah.
watch yourself.
Damn, I really want to just like go off on wrestling tangent, but we got more questions. So we should
Do you
get to
remember
'em.
Darren Drozdov? Puke, the third. He was the third member of the Legion of Doom, and he got pile drived and he is paralyzed.
Oh shit. Huh.
Yeah, straight up paralyzed him. He never wrestled again.
Oh wait, yeah, I do remember that.
He had
What,
like the plaid green shorts.
Yeah, I watched some interview with him talking about it.
Yeah, I met him actually.
Really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
before he was paralyzed actually.
Yo, Legion of Doom also cool as shit. When I was a kid, I was like, yeah.
Dude, I would say into a fan,
I s-
"Oh, what a rush!" to get that like that like stutter effect, bro. I
Yeah.
Legion of Doom. I had the like the spiked vests and
Oh
shit like
shit.
that. I would wear that now.
With the spiked football
Yeah,
pads.
yep.
Oh man.
Speaking of, I'm sorry to keep going off on the wrestling tangents, but
Hey, no, it's all right.
they have a documentary of Hawk and Animal. One of the best wrestling documentaries I've ever seen. You
Is
have
it
to watch it.
was that a Dark Side of the Ring episode?
No, it was just a straight up like
Oh wait,
WWE
yeah.
produced documentary.
I watched that. Man,
Really
those
good,
dudes
right?
used to party. Holy shit.
They were big dudes. Like they did
Yeah.
not fuck around.
Yeah. All right, we'll save it for a full wrestling episode sometime because we could go all night.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Okay, Son of Radu wants to know, which is better, The Gate or The Gate 2? Okay, I've heard some people say, including you, Doug.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, I think I like The Gate 2 better. Well,
I know
I
like the Gate 2 more.
I think you were tripping. The Gate 2 is fun. It's solid. I give it like 3 out of 5 stars. The Gate, 5 out of 5. Awesome. Like, I don't see how this is even questionable.
It was cool
But-
how they
but I'm
expanded
open
on
to-
the world.
I'm open to hear people out.
I didn't like the main kid. I like the kid with the glasses a lot better. In the
Steven
Gate.
Dorff, man.
he fucking annoyed me.
Or wait, was that? Yeah, Steven Dorff.
He kind of annoyed me. I don't get me wrong. I like the Gate, but the Gate 2 just it has so many gruesome scenes when the two dudes are in like the restaurant and they're just like the dude's melting. I just like how they expand on the world and they enter like the world of those like little fucking creatures.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was a lot more fast. The quicker pace got me a little more. The Gate was a little slow for me.
God, but that the one scene from The Gate when like that zombie comes through the wall
Yes,
and he crashes on the floor and he
old like grandpa zombie.
shatters into little marionette puppets. Ugh, that was like one of the scariest scenes to me as a kid.
It was
And
good.
Still holds up. I love that movie.
There,
Not
I-
marionette puppets, little, little demons.
yeah, and I got what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't know why I said marionette.
I think you're still on Dream Warriors from the last episode.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Yeah, the little claymation looking guy.
I love
Yeah.
that word, marionette.
Yeah. But I say The Gate. Doug says The Gate too.
But both great movies.
Both great movies.
Both good horror classics. I feel like Gate 2 doesn't get enough love.
That's
I'm
fair.
always going to ride for Gate 2.
All right. He also sent in 2 questions. There's no rules against not sending in multiple questions. He
Send in as
says,
many as you want.
which is the best heavy metal horror movie and why is it Trick or Treats? I would probably have to agree with that. I love Trick or Treat. The one from '86 we're talking about.
Yeah,
Shot
I
in
kind
Wilmington,
of.
North Carolina.
Of course it was. Everything was.
Yeah.
You guys just have the low rates for filming over there. I was trying to actually just figure out the definition of what a heavy metal horror movie is. Is it a movie
Well,
that is like a musical, but just like a metal movie, or is it like metal as fuck, like it's just like super gory?
I guess a movie that has storylines associated with metal, not just metal soundtracks or something. Have you
I
ever
feel like I
seen
can't
Black
think of
Roses?
a lot of them. No, but Holly keeps telling me to watch it, and I need to.
It's fun. It would pair nicely with Trick or Treat.
Oh, you know what's a good one? Neon Maniacs. Well, I guess. Well, they have a band playing at the end, so it probably doesn't make sense.
I have never seen that.
It's a really fun and gooey type of movie.
Gooey, you say?
Yeah, very
Wait,
gooey.
what year?
I want to say 82. Let's see
Oh,
if
okay.
I'm right.
It's the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neon Maniacs, 1986, actually.
All right.
But I guess we'll have to say Trick or Treat. I don't really know anymore.
Did you ever see Deathgasm?
You know what I did? Not the biggest fan of that movie.
Really? I saw it once and had fun with it.
It was
Haven't watched it
okay.
since, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
The when he's fighting, we swinging the dildo and beating the dude with the dildo is pretty funny.
Oh, see, I barely remember that, but I do remember liking it though. All right. Here's Johnny79. All the way from Scotland wants to know what's the one tattoo you regret getting and why? I think I know Doug's answer.
You definitely do.
Go ahead and tell it.
It's the Trivium tattoo that I have on my right arm, and I love Trivium. I still ride for them. Their Ember to Inferno was one of my favorite albums. Ascendancy is insanely brutal and melodic, but it's just too big. If it wasn't that big, it takes up like my whole entire right arm. I just want to black it out.
It's pretty much a half sleeve.
Pretty much, and I was 19 at the time, so I was just like, yeah, do what you gotta do, and I really wish I didn't get that.
What was your first tattoo?
It was on my ribs. It was the title of a Killswitch Engage song.
Oh man, you just went full metalcore.
Yeah, it just says "Breathe Life." I don't regret that one just because I like the saying.
Sure.
But yeah, the Trivium one's just obnoxious.
I don't have any words tattooed on me.
I was kind of going hard with the words. I really wish I didn't because it does take up a lot of space. But do you regret any of them though? Because you have pretty like solid tattoos and they're pretty big.
Well, my first tattoo ever was the Halloween poster art done very poorly and it's faded as shit.
Oh, you gotta touch that bad boy up.
Yeah, I was actually after this Black Phillip tattoo that I just got. I scheduled with him in May. I think I'm gonna get that touched up and possibly add Michael Myers in the ghost sheets.
Ah, that'd be
wearing
cool.
Bob's glasses on like, the back of this arm.
That's a cool that'd be a cool image to put beside that. That's just a cool like piece of imagery from Halloween. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm worried it'll come off like a dick at a distance.
A really big like knife dick? Yeah.
Yeah, like a big old dick on the back of my arm.
Can't be any worse than it is now.
But yeah. Tattoos I actually regret. I really only had one, but I got that covered up. It was like this stupid, it was like a bat with a snake coil around
you
it.
get a yin and yang sign or whatever?
It was my second tattoo ever, and it was at a shitty place. It was done so poorly. It just looked like a blob of ink on my arm, and it would like stick out from underneath my shirt, and people would like lift my shirt up, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'd have to like tell the same shitty story. I bet I told the story like 200 times. Like, yeah,
how old were you when you got it?
Like 18 or 19.
Okay, so you were not in the right frame of mind, no matter what.
Yeah. But yeah, I got that covered up. Other than that, I don't really have any that I regret. So yeah, there you go.
Well, good for you.
Well, get it covered up.
I'm gonna black out my whole fucking arm.
Or just be a diehard Trivium fan till death.
It's too big to cover up.
It is rather, yeah.
And very blue.
You can cover that up.
It looks like it looks like Paul Giamatti in Big Fat Liar. It's just so blue.
All right. Well, thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Melanie St. George. Hey, Melanie. She wants to know, how do you guys feel about Meth Gator? Well, I think there might be this new trend of independent studios trying to cash in on certain trends, like, oh, Cocaine Bear's a hit, let's churn out Meth Gator, and it probably won't be very good. It's just a quick sci-fi original looking cash grab.
Just another Sharknado type of deal. Has no budget. It's going to be really bad. Acting's going to be bad. It's not going to have any merit to it, but
yeah,
it could just be dumb fun. And it with a name like Meth Gator, it's going to be fun and going to be dumb.
I haven't seen the trailer or anything, so I don't know. But I'm guessing it's going to be like just cheap trash made very quickly to capitalize on Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, and it's definitely not going to be in theaters.
No, no.
That's going to be straight to streaming or straight to sci-fi.
You know what's another trend that needs to go ahead and stop while they're doing this? Taking classic children's tales and like putting a horror spin on it, like this Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which apparently had like nothing to do with the actual Christopher Robin story. It was just like a shitty generic slasher.
It was
And
just like a catalyst for a slasher movie, pretty
Yeah.
much. There was really no substance behind it. It's just someone dressed as Winnie the Pooh and Piglet murdering people. Really nothing to it. I heard it was god awful.
yeah, so it's just a shtick that apparently is going to just keep happening because there's like a few others coming out too. I wanna
It's
say
just
there's, like,
gimmicky.
yeah.
Very, very gimmicky.
Well, all right. Thanks for the question, Melanie. Who knows? Maybe Meth Gator will be good. Yeah, I did see Cocaine Bear the other night. It was fine. It was kind of a one and done watch. It was set in 1985, I believe, so I did have like some good 80s aesthetic going on and some pretty good music. So it was a fun watch.
I probably
Uh,
won't go to the theater to see it. I'll probably wait.
I
Or
would wait.
I have really no interest in seeing it at all.
Yeah.
It like doesn't look funny to me. I have a hard time wrapping my head around like newer comedies, just judging from the trailer, because it just looks so like the humor just feels so forced and sanitized. I
Some-
did hear the gore was really good in it.
yeah.
There's some good gore. There was a lot of horror elements to it. But I just have no interest in seeing the movie.
Yeah, some of the comedy didn't quite land for me. A lot of it did, though. I mean, there were some legit funny moments and some good action scenes and some gore, but by the end of it, the premise really started to wear thin for me. And I was like, all
Yeah,
right, let's
You really can't do much with
wrap it up.
the wrap it up box from the Chappelle. Show.
Yeah, exactly. Better wrap that gavel up.
Put that shit on the writers' room, the writers' room table.
All right, next question. Rar Caroline wants to know, how did you guys meet? What is your favorite horror movie that other people don't like?
Should we tell our first meet cute story, honey?
Oh,
Honey dick.
Well, we met because we were Instagram friends somehow, and I thought Doug posted funny stuff, and he liked Limp Bizkit, and I was like, okay, this feels right. Let me reach out to this dude and see if he wants to do an episode.
Fred
So
Durst
we
is bringing
did.
people together.
Exactly. So we did, and we just had a lot of fun, and then I hit him up like a week later, like, hey, I kind of want to do this. You want to jump back on? And next thing you know, we just kept doing stuff, and here we are, still churning them out.
And even before then, during the pandemic, Phil was selling some tapes on some
yeah.
other page of his that I didn't know was him. And what movie was it again? It was Friday the 13th, right?
It
Friday the
was Jason
13th,
Takes Manhattan.
there we go.
And I think I sold you The Brood also.
It wasn't The Brood, because I bought The Brood recently.
Oh, okay. Well, it was
was
definitely
something.
Jason Takes Manhattan because for some reason you gave me like your old address or something, and
It was like
something
linked
happened.
up to my PayPal, and it wouldn't. Wouldn't
Oh,
change.
that's
I
right.
had to like change it, and it wouldn't let me for some reason. So I had to give you my new address, and it got sent to the old house. But yeah, and I didn't even know like that was. I didn't know that was you at all. I thought it was some other person.
Yeah, that's back when I had Spook House Video.
Yes. And it's still one of my most cherished tapes to this day.
I should probably bring that back. I mean, anything I put up there, it pretty much sold. But
Hey, you were selling good tapes.
yeah, I like my tapes though. I don't want to. I'll be selling some at Fear Fest in May.
Yes. You don't
In
need to sell them
Raleigh.
if you don't have to.
Yeah. Speaking of, you got your plane ticket, sir?
I need to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
I should probably get on that. Best believe I'm coming up in May.
Yeah, it's in late May, Memorial Day weekend. So if you want to meet me and Doug, come out to the fairgrounds. We'll have a booth out there at Carolina Fear Fest.
Talk
Hanging
about
out.
Malignant all you want.
Bring Doug some pasta, spit in his face for hating Deftones, whatever you want to do.
You could, yeah, there'll be like instead of a kissing booth, it'll be a spitting booth.
Dude, if somebody like brings you a Deftones CD booklet and gets you to sign it, I'd be so excited.
Give it or to sign. I mean, I'll sign it. I might rub the Sharpie like on my dick first. Make sure it's really sweaty, and then just rub it on there and then sign it, just so it smells like balls.
Well, you've been warned. So, the second part of our question: what is your favorite horror movie that other people don't like?
I was struggling with this question because like I don't know what people don't like.
Yeah.
I thought of one that like I've heard people say that they don't like, Microwave Massacre. A lot of people don't think it's funny or enjoy it, and I enjoy it a whole lot. It's just so goofy.
Yeah, I don't hear people like trash that movie.
No, I'm just going off of what people have said to me that they don't like it. But yeah, not a lot of people. It's not like in the public eye being shit on.
Ooh, I have one.
I was trying to think of one. I couldn't think of it.
This is a non-horror movie, but have you ever seen the 2005 movie Stay with Ryan Gosling? It's got Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor.
No, I never seen it.
Totally shit on when it came out. Still kind of gets shit on. I think there's like a small cult following. It's very dreamlike and experimental. Ryan Gosling plays a depressed college student, and he tells his psychiatrist, Ewan McGregor, that he's going to kill himself in like 5 days. And the whole movie is his character like struggling to help Ryan Gosling, and it gets really weird and dreamlike, and I like the movie. It has some really cool visuals. But
I'll have to check it out.
yeah, I know a
I never
lot of
even heard of
people
it.
just usually shit on that movie, but I think it's pretty good.
It's another underrated one for the list.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Here's Johnny, 79. Movie you die on a hill for.
This is kind of a tricky question.
Halloween 6. Come at me. Square up.
I feel like people like that movie.
These days, more so. But like growing up, championing this movie in the 90s, 2000s, it was not as easy as it is today. Even today, I see a lot of hate for it.
Now, does it have to be a movie that, I guess another movie that people aren't really a fan of that you defend to the death? Or just
guess
one
so.
that you severely love?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pick Hereditary every time.
I think that movie's like pretty much.
There are a pocket
Love.
of people that don't like it.
Hey, I will say this. I've watched it maybe 3 or 4 times. It's not as strong on rewatch. It loses a little bit of oomph every rewatch. Maybe because the first time you see it, it's like shocking the things that you're seeing. But when you know what to expect, it loses a little bit of something. Still a great movie. Still one of my favorite.
I feel like it's like that with a lot of movies, especially with like a twist or like a huge reveal like that. Like you just get not disengaged from it, but you're familiar with it. You know it's coming. You know it's happening. Maybe watching it again with someone new would be really fun because you're watching them watch it for the first time and it's unfamiliar to them and they don't know what's coming. But I've seen it like 4 or 5 times and I just always find stuff in the background, like these little details of hints of what's coming in the movie, which is always fun. There's just so much detail in that movie.
Yeah, but that jump scare when Toni Collette's in the corner and she lunges towards Peter, still, like the 4th time I watched it, I was like, Just, oh, fuck.
Bro, I jumped.
Such a good jump scare.
That's again really effective because there's not a lot in that movie. And another part that I jumped at was with that slow pan out, and you see Peter on the bed and Toni Collette
Oh, yeah.
hanging out on the fucking corner of the ceiling.
Just
and
chilling.
Yeah,
like a
you
moth.
don't know where your eyes are going to, and you're just staring and looking around the screen, and all of a sudden you see it, and I was like, whoa, shit!
Yeah.
I also put the House of Wax remake on my list just because I feel like it's one of the best horror movie remakes of all time.
I need to revisit that because I saw that in theaters way back in the day, and I
Really
haven't seen
fun.
it since. But I know a lot of people really love that movie.
That's a movie where obviously the original's with Vincent Price, like 1958 or something like that. It takes the title, does a whole lot of new stuff with it, pays a little bit of homage to it. The character's name is Vincent, like the brother, who's like made of wax face, and does something completely new and modernizes it. And it has an interesting backstory. It doesn't rely on crazy jump scares. It's just an interesting story. I thought it was done really well.
I will have to give that a watch.
And the whole town is wax.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's such like an eerie concept. It's very much like Tourist Trap.
Yeah.
Kind of takes a little bit from that and the original House of Wax. It's a good marriage.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. Pretty Hate Machine. Our friend from Late Night Ghouls podcast. She wants to know, what pasta meals did you eat with Doug? Well, only one?
Only one.
So the first night I got there after I don't even know how many hours of traveling, like just 8, because I had to take the tram from the airport to catch the train, and what?
You said the tram, like you're
Shut up.
like you're taking a trolley. I took the tram, blip.
All right, fuck you too.
Oh,
I
my
took
feet
the
were a little dirty,
tram.
you know, I took
Hey,
the train.
I'm from the South, you fuck. Shut up. So I took the tram to the train station, and I missed my train. And by the time I got to Doug's house, it was like, I don't know,
10:22.
10:22. He's got it etched into his heart forever. And he had some pasta waiting for me. And when I say Doug likes to put garlic in his pasta, it's more like you like to put pasta with your garlic. I mean, that shit was so strong. I was so hungry, I didn't even realize how strong it was.
I wanted to make sure you had a good portion of garlic. I do go heavy on the garlic, but everything, I mean, I spiced it up real good.
Dude, that was the most garlic I've ever eaten. I woke up the next day and burped, and it was straight garlic.
You were farting garlic.
For like 48 hours, just, yeah.
But it was
So that's
linguine
all
with olive oil and spiced up with some smoked paprika, thyme, a little bit of onion powder, just a dash, some sea salt, and garlic, and cherub tomatoes.
I
with
mean, it
olive
was
oil.
good. I appreciate you making the pasta for me. Very nice.
I would do it any day.
That's so sweet. All right, our boy, Anthony the Dreamer,
Hey,
who was on our last episode, on the Nightmare on Elm Street episode.
let's go check that out if you haven't, because it is 3 hours worth of knowledge of Freddy that
By
I
far,
barely knew about.
it's the longest episode we've ever done. So, all right, he wants to know, what 70s, 80s, and 90s horror movie would you want to live in for 24 hours? So he said 70s, 80s, and 90s. I don't know if I can name one for each decade.
feel like
For
you could.
for the 80s, The Lost Boys, no question.
Yeah, you have to
Take
go
me.
with that.
I want to ride the dirt bike to the boardwalk. I want to see Tim Capello blow that saxophone.
It would be a good concert.
Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, God, that's the one movie I just want to like jump into and live in.
I need to
The
watch
Lost
that movie
Boys.
again.
Yes, you do. So good.
I did really enjoy it. But it's a good world. You have like the stalactite hanging caves and stuff like that. the bridge you could walk over. Really good atmosphere.
Yeah.
I would pick for the 80s. I kind of struggle. No, 70s or 80s? 80s?
I mean, said all three: 70s, 80s, 90s.
I mean, since you started with 80s, I'll start with 80s. I mean, I just can't. I have to say Maniac. It's just old school gritty New York, baby. I just want to feel the slime and the grime on my body. I want to walk in Times Squares with his prostitutes, peep shows, drug deals. Everything looks filthy. It's just no holds barred. No holds barred. And
Yeah.
Joe Spinell's walking around with a fucking shotgun. I'm safe. I don't have a vagina, so I could just watch him slaughter people if I really wanted to. I'm kidding. No, I just love old school dirty New York, so I would pick that. Also, another honorable mention that I did think of, Rabid Grannies.
Ooh, which I have never seen.
Pretty
Trauma?
ridiculous movie. Yeah, trauma movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like a maze, just to be chased around by a bunch of like zombified old ladies. Kind of like if Betty White was chasing after you with like vomit coming out of her mouth. I think that'd be fun.
All right, good answer. For the 90s, I don't really have anything queued up for the 90s.
There's a lot of decent horror movies in the 90s. My first instinct was to go with The Craft.
That's
But I went
interesting.
with Wishmaster.
Wishmaster. Why?
That'd be so much fun. You could
See,
wish.
I'm thinking of like scenery and stuff, like
Well, there's not a lot of great. I'm trying to.
like atmosphere and I don't know. Maybe I know what you did last summer because they shot that in Southport, North Carolina, and I used to live in the next town over from there in
It'd be
Oak
nice and
Island.
nostalgic for you.
Sure, you walk around downtown, get you an ice cream cone, go walk by the water. It's a boring as shit town. It's beautiful, but it's so boring.
Sounds good for like a vacation, like a good vacation home.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
lay out on the porch and devour Cheerios and milk.
Visiting the beach, fun. Living at the beach year round, even through the dead of winter, boring as shit.
Yeah, I would
I don't
not want to
recommend
live
it.
in like a beach town.
Yeah, that was like 12 years ago I did that. But
It's a long time ago. Yeah, beach town seems fun for a little while, and then you just gotta go somewhere else. I would rather take like a cottage or something like that in like a nice field or whatever.
yeah, I would take mountains over the beach, but well, we didn't really answer your question at all, Anthony.
I got 70s. I got 70s queued up.
All right, let's hear it.
Suspiria.
Ooh, that's
Just
good.
I just want to bathe in those pink and blue pastel lights and travel
Yes.
through that just walk through that big gigantic school and see all the passageways that are there and hang out with some witches and hang out in Italy.
Yeah, the lighting in that movie is just you can almost taste it.
You
It's
could.
so just vibrant, and I was telling you, like, I've heard a lot of people say the remake is better. I
I was on
I
that
mean,
train.
I disagree, but I mean they're both good movies.
I agree.
But it's just the lighting and the vibe of the original. It's just nah, give me that one all day.
Yeah. Going back to it because I did for a while I did enjoy the remake a lot better. I think the story hit for me more. But then when I rewatched the original, I was like, never mind. The original is superior.
Yeah, the remake is like so drab and gray. You know,
Yeah,
if I remember
it is
correctly.
gnarly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not again like well, no one can do lighting like Argento. But the story was pretty strong. I think
Yeah.
it went a little bit more. The ending was just batshit insane. They were trying to say a little more than the original. It's just a different story, but again, that's another remake that took what the original had, did something different, took the name, and added like a unique spin on it. I feel like the messages were different in both.
Yeah, Yeah, true. Oh, my answer? Gotta say Halloween. I
I
just
mean,
wanna. I mean, come on. Come on.
come on.
Hey, come on. Hey, what are we talking about here? Come on. Nah, I just
Hey,
want to cruise. I just want to walk down the streets of Haddonfield and take in that ambiance. And
yeah, sit in the leaves and sniff where Jamie Lee Curtis was sitting on that pillar.
hey, I will soon enough because I am going to H45.
We're going, right?
Oh, I'm definitely going. Are you going?
I thought we were going together.
Okay, we're gonna go together.
I thought
Let's
that's
get
what
tickets.
that's what we figured out.
Exactly, we did. So let's do it.
You're saying it like we're not.
This guy's looking at me this way. This guy's looking at me that
We're
way.
dog in the middle, like, what do you want from me?
Hell yeah, we're going. So
Well, you said I'm going. Are you going?
I was just testing you, just making sure you're still there. You know,
I'm there.
Spook House is going to the West Coast, baby. But yeah, I can't wait to like walk down the streets and visit all the locations. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Gonna be dope,
and
gonna be dope.
hey, Anthony sent in another question. Is there any film from the distant past or recent past that you feel needs a remake?
Yeah, there's probably a lot. That's what I wish they would like Blumhouse would option rather than like the franchises that actually succeeded. Because a lot of the older movies have great stories, but just wasn't executed properly. But that's the charm of them, so it's kind of hard. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe something like Demon Wind, but
oh,
what makes that movie work is its flaws.
it's
Like,
just bad.
the acting
It's
is
great.
so bad, the makeup looks like shit, but that's what makes that movie that movie.
This might be controversial, but I think I wouldn't mind seeing like an opera remake for going on the Argento train.
Okay.
Feel like it's a great story. It could be elevated with some acting. Maybe someone like I did like the woman, I forgot her name, who directed Fear Street. I feel like that could be something fun for her to do.
I've
Take
never
on some
seen
classic
opera.
Italian.
I've never seen opera.
I just watched it for the first time the other day, actually, but I was like, you know what? It's good, but I could see it being remade because it's a little bit incoherent at times.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that on
Like
Shudder right now?
it is on Shudder, yes.
Okay. We'll add that one to the never-ending list. I guess I would officially say maybe like Tourist Trap or something.
Oh,
So we were just
I
talking
don't
about
know.
that.
Tourist Trap is a perfect slasher.
Yeah.
Can't do those mannequin scenes again. It would just. I feel like it's just so hard to remake those under the radar schlocky type of movies. The feel. It's all about the feel with
Right.
these movies. You really need to get the atmosphere right and make it not so like soap opera-y.
What about like Near Dark? I mean, that movie's
Ooh.
great. Have you seen
Bill
that?
Paxton? I haven't seen it, but I know it's
Dude.
beloved.
Great vampire movie. It's so good.
I got to. That's another one that's on my list. I need to check it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the questions, Anthony. We got one more. Our friend Maddie
Hey,
says Phil needs to move to New York so we can hang again. I'm not moving to New York. I'm too country for that, but I appreciate that, Maddie.
he's had enough of the fucking tram over here. He doesn't want to deal with that all the time.
If I had enough of that damn tram.
You wouldn't believe it, Pa. It's just a big piece of metal, and it moves.
But seriously though, like I had this thought when I was in the train station figuring out where the hell to go. I was like, I'm too country for this shit. Like this is too much for me. It's too much going on.
A lot of hustle and bustle going on in New York.
Yeah, lots of smells.
Not great smells.
No,
But there's smells.
the train I took to Long Island literally smelled like a human diaper. I sat down. I was like, "Yep, that's human shit." Okay, cool.
And the
How much
Long
longer?
Island
40
Railroad.
minutes? Not bad.
Yeah, no, that's why wearing a mask is. You could still wear a mask on the train, and people won't look at you weird.
Oh yeah, I definitely caught something when I was up there because I got sick as shit. Like when I got
Oh
back from New
yeah,
York.
yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? So many airports and rubbing elbows with strangers. You don't know where they've been. It's just a melting pot of germs.
That's what New York is, baby.
That's what airports are.
Airports are pretty filthy. I try to keep my distance, but it's very hard to do
Yeah.
when you're just breathing in so many people's stank.
Oh, I think we got one more question. Oh, from our friend Robert Cochran. Favorite non-horror movie?
Well, that just opens up a whole can of worms. There's plenty of those.
What you got?
All right, rattle off your current top 5 favorite non-horror movies.
Oh, God.
It's an ever-changing list, but name the top 5 you could think of.
I'll just name what comes to mind. Stand By Me, Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
Love Sling Blade. I think that movie captures everyday southern rural life the best. Like,
So not Deliverance.
no, definitely not. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there, but that are like that.
I would not want to live in that world.
Yeah, I would say Sling Blade does the best job at that. I don't know. Let's hear one from you. I can't think of anything.
I could rattle as well. Not
Dazed and Confused.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a solid one. Almost Famous,
Oh yeah.
Tommy Boy, Zodiac. That's not a horror. It's kind of mystery. Or,
It's
that
horror
count?
adjacent.
all right, so I won't say that. Almost Famous, Tommy Boy, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's just too classic.
all
I
good
literally watch that
picks.
movie every day. I'll say a recent favorite, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that climbed so high up my list. That movie
Which
is
I
just
have yet
perfect.
to see. I know it's on Paramount Plus, and I started to watch it as soon as I don't want to say coming down with the sickness. Like the day that like the day I started to feel like shit. I was like, okay, well, I have nothing else to do. Let me watch this. But I was like, oh shit, this is like subtitled. This is gonna be a deep movie. I can't process this right now. So
Now when you're feeling like shit, it is it's not all subtitled. It kind of
Oh,
goes back
okay.
and forth. But it is really good. If I had to pick another one, I just love so many movies.
Nothing But Trouble. It's one of my favorite movies.
I still need to. I haven't seen it. That's another one I need to see. Clueless. Clueless.
Oh, hey, there's your answer for like a movie you love that. Well, Nothing But Trouble has garnered a cult status, but for the longest time, that movie was just shit on by, especially by critics, but a lot of people. But that's one of my desert island bring 5 movies. I'm taking that one for sure.
Yeah, I know you always talk about that one. I still need to see it.
It's so bizarre. Like you just gotta watch it. Like there's no other way to describe it.
It's 90s, right?
91.
Oh shit, I thought it was like 95 or something.
Nah. We showed it last year at 90s Rewind Weekend at the Mahoney.
Yes.
That was like a surreal moment to talk about that movie before they showed it.
Yeah, on like a stage and shit.
I got everybody to beep their horn in memory of John Candy because he's in that movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
John Candy is just comedic genius. One of
Yeah.
the comedic geniuses of this world.
Yeah, VHS Fest. VHS Fest is happening too, but 90s Rewind in September. I think we locked in dates. It's like maybe September 8th and 9th. But yeah, Brandon Fraser night. First night. It's going to be
That's
fun.
going to be a good time.
Yeah. They're closing with The Mummy. That night.
Classic. What are they opening with?
Encino Man, Airheads, and The Mummy. I don't think they've announced that yet, but yeah, there you go.
We could bleep this out, unless this is your
That's
exclusive sneak preview.
No, I talked to Virgil and he was like, "All right, it's set. 90s Rewind. Boom." But I'm sure they'll announce it pretty soon.
Yeah, get an official flyer going and everything that y'all can promote.
Ooh, Airheads. I love that movie.
Another classic. Another one that you can watch every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go on forever naming non-horror movies we like, but there you go.
Goodfellas.
Oh, hey, forget about it.
You motherfucker, you.
You motherfucker, you. Nah, that's Casino.
Yeah, I'm mixing and matching.
Dude, when I was watching Cat's Eye the other night for the first time, James
Pesci?
Woods. No,
Hey,
James
James
is in the first story of the movie, and all I could picture was Lester Diamond.
It's hard to not. It's such an iconic person.
What's Robert De Niro say to him? He's like, be a man, don't be a pimp.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude,
I
that
haven't seen-
scene, that scene when he like catches them in the diner, he just sits down with them. Oh, so good. You could just see the I'm fucked just
Yeah,
like go over his face. He's like, holy shit.
Casino is
Sam Rothstein. Nice to meet
you Jew motherfucker, you.
you. Don't you ever go over my
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
head.
De
Yeah, I
Niro
could
and
watch-
Pesci are gold.
I could watch Goodfellas and Casino back to back right now and love every second.
I'd
of
say
it.
interchangeable top two mob movies of all time if we're going just mob movies. But Goodfellas, I'll put up there as one of the best movies of all time.
100%. Totally agree. Well, that's all the questions, Doug.
That's it, baby. We exhausted
All right.
them all.
I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, but thank you so much for listening. Thanks for all the questions. If you got a minute, maybe rate the show on iTunes if you have never done that. It helps us out. Tell your friends about it. Share it. Talk about it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. More on that to come.
We are also on TikTok doing dumb shit all the time.
We're also on TikTok. We're sponsored
Follow us on
by Goodyear Tires, Honda Civic, and Blue Chew.
Gotta go to Moe's. Gotta go to Moe's.
And Moe's.
Just the
So
queso, though.
So we're going to wrap this episode up like a burrito and get on out of here. Yeah, any parting words,
That's
Douglas?
Parting words. No, thank you for all the questions. And if you're going to be at Carolina Fear Fest, definitely come to the table and hang out with us.
Oh, yes.
Hang out with us
Yeah.
in California. Hang out with us wherever at VHS Fest if y'all are going. And we love you. We
Yes,
love
we do.
the support. Anyone who listens, we love you. And anyone who doesn't listen, we also love you.
And Doug, I love you.
I love you so much.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.
I just came.